We have continued flash flooding for southern Nevada and Arizona, but also for the Ohio Valley, including severe weather. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Putes, November 18, 2025. So just like how we talked about yesterday, this low pressure in California is still going to be producing a lot of rain for the southern Nevada and Arizona region. And this is because with low pressures, they're counterclockwise flow. So we're going to have a lot of moisture coming from the Gulf of California into this region and eventually for New Mexico for tomorrow. So for this region specifically, definitely prepare yourself for heavy rain throughout the entire day and evening. But by the time it hits around midnight Pacific time, it may be less frequent, but still some isolated heavy rain. And for New Mexico, most of the flash flood risk is going to occur tomorrow, but the start of the storms is going to happen around 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and it's going to happen on the western portion of the state. So in contrast to Nevada and Arizona, by midnight Mountain Time, New Mexico, you guys are going to see more frequent heavy rain. And by morning, you guys are going to see the heaviest amount. And a lot of this heavy rain is going to last throughout Wednesday, but also for Texas and Oklahoma, but we'll talk about that for tomorrow's video. California, you get a break today, but there is going to be another cutoff low that's coming from the northern Pacific that's going to be reaching down to the state, bringing in more rain for Thursday. So back to the present, looking at the Ohio Valley, we have this low pressure system sitting around southern Illinois. And if we look at 500 millibars or midway to the troposphere, this upper level low pressure does seem to be weakening as the day goes by. But it's still providing a decent amount of vorticity or spin, which is helping with those upward motions, and also a little bit of shear, which is helping with those tilting up the updrafts and prolonging the storms that we see. So also continuing from yesterday's video, as this video is being posted, places like the Ohio Valley have already been seeing some heavy rain. So southern Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, you guys are going to be seeing all this rain continue happening throughout the day and evening. But the Storm Prediction Center did issue a marginal risk for severe weather going from southern Illinois to almost the entire state of Kentucky. And pretty much all hazards are on the table, but a very minimal and isolated risk, including tornadoes, high winds, and hail. So by around 3 p.m. Central Time, we may see a second wave of isolated stronger cells starting from southern Illinois and will be traveling eastward. In any case, if you do live in this marginal risk area, if you don't see any of these severe hazards, I would definitely expect heavy rain anyway. And by overnight, a lot of this rain is going to be traveling all the way to the east to places like the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and even places like Tennessee. But I do want to point out, just like how we saw a line of snow that happened last night going from southern Minnesota to Wisconsin to Michigan, we're going to see the same thing happen tonight for places like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. Nothing too crazy, but you guys are going to get about 1 to 3 inches of snow by morning. So looking at the surface low pressure in the Mississippi Valley, remember that's counterclockwise flow, and so we're going to have some southerly flow bringing in that warm moist air into this region, which is going to help with those severe thunderstorms. But as this low pressure travels to the mid-Atlantic, for places like Pennsylvania, New York, we're going to have more northerly flow, and with the absence of the sun, because by the time it's going to be midnight, we're going to have those freezing temperatures.